Time to get amped for some Saturday night soccer on tap. Severance, Colorado, the site of a thrilling matchup between the home Northern Colorado side looking to rebound while Tormenta boasts an unstoppable run of form. I'm Jared Johnson. Thanks so much for joining us here for USL League One soccer. And these two sides heading into the match tonight, sitting at polar opposite ends of the tables, but if you look all the way to the right at the points tally, there's not much between them. That's the way it is in USL League One, and for Northern Colorado, they've had a run of form where they've really been playing well in the offensive chance generation department, but they haven't been able to finish. That's where Trevor Amon comes in. He needs to help out Urban Para up front. Only 2 goals, 2 assists on the season, and even last match out against Richmond, he had a shot off the post and 4 shots on goal. He's going to need to find a finishing touch against South Georgia Tormenta, a side that usually possesses a lot of the ball. Head coach Eamon Zayed says that if he can get in the right positions, he'll be the perfect player to get in on the counter and do some damage. On the other side for the visitors, Gabriel Cabral. He's a crafty player in the midfield, and they had an upset against Greenville 3-1 their last match. He was one of the 3 goal scorers, and in fact, the only goal scorer in the lineup tonight. So Gabriel Cabral, whether he's on the outside or on the inside, playing through this midfield, he's a dynamic player that has usually found himself linking up with Keziah Sterling. That man not in the lineup, so something's got to give for either side to get on the board. Lineups and kickoff are next for this second ever matchup between Northern Colorado Hailstorm and South Georgia Tormenta. You won't want to miss this right here on ESPN+.
I'm on that real tick. I'm on that real tick.
Welcome back. We're in Severance Stadium, the 3rd home site for the Hailstorm, which only holds a loss to Richmond from Tuesday. Will they reverse the trend? Well, we'll take a flashback real quick. Last time Tormenta visited Northern Colorado, it was at Jackson Stadium for the first ever meeting between the two sides on June 11th. And in the 54th minute, that's when Tormenta would find its form. Ultimately, though, Kingsford Ajay, a guy who's not starting in the lineup tonight, he got them up by 1, crunch time in the 90th minute. A missed side volley, and then at the end, at the death, what a strike to be able to get in front of that. Norte slotted up as a winger in tonight's match, and that's the reason why he scored last time against South Georgia Tormenta. He'll look to do so again. And with that, we'll take a look at the Northern Colorado Hailstorm lineup that sees plenty of changes. Last time out, they were in a 4-4-2 now in a back three. Notice Norte playing up top for the first time in really a while, who usually plays further back in the midfield. Another guy, of course, that has to be singled out is Irvin Parra. His 8 goals is 3rd in USL League One. He leads the team, and he's just been a force to be reckoned with. On the other side, South Georgia Tormenta keeping it simple. 4-4-2. You're missing some players. You think about your leading goal scorer, Keziah Sterling, out. It's the first start of the season in Tormenta colors for Ryan Sierakowski. Adrian Billhart will try to supply that. Besides his 4 goals on the season, he also has 4 assists. He's going to be a huge player for this Tormenta side. And with that, we're just about ready to get underway with kickoff. Adare Monroy, our center official, for tonight's match in Northern Colorado. It'll be the Hailstorm in home blue going from right to left. Tormenta attacking from left to right in away white and midnight navy. Plenty of time for these two sides to think about what they need to do. Gabriel Cabral standing over the top of the ball. He's our player to watch for tonight. He'll get things started, and we're underway nearly. We'll just have to take it back here. Someone jumped too early from the circle. And now with the second whistle, we're off and running. USL League One soccer between Northern Colorado Hailstorm and Tormenta FC is upon us. Ball's stuck out on the right sideline. These two sides in their second ever meeting look to see Tormenta possess more of the ball. That's really what their side is built on. Couldn't connect on that pass there as Johan Penherguranda gets his first touches of the ball tonight. The netminder for Northern Colorado gets his 9th start of the season. Headed down by Danny Robles. Ball is still pinballing through the air. Finally settled back down. Owen Green touches forward. Nice interplay on the right sideline, poked free and out for a Hailstorm throw. Northern Colorado comes into this match after their last loss 1-0 against Richmond in a homecoming match to Severance Stadium. It was the first match, and they seemed to really dominate so much of the ball. In fact, they even drew praise from the South Georgia Tormenta head coach, Ian Cameron. Eamon Zayed, in his first season as head coach for Tormenta, his first ever season as a coach, coming off his 18-year playing career, really likes to have an imposing team that can get on the ball, but says his team is defined by pressing high up the field and dictating play. On that far sideline, Jerry Dedieu pushes the ball back. Early goings of the match, Northern Colorado in home blue. Amon touches through, gets a wall pass from Irvin Parra. Can't connect cleanly, and it's taken the other way for Tormenta. Billhart with the left-footed pass into space. Too much sauce on it. Watchful eye from Ian Cameron, his 3rd season at the helm as the head coach of the USL League One squad. Before that, as the head coach of Tormenta 2. He has a lot of players that are featuring in this lineup that have been a part of that squad. The path to pro from League 2 to League 1, a huge part of Tormenta's growth. Our player to watch, Adrian Billhart, a part of that team that helped them win a conference championship and get to the national semifinals. You see that experience pay off with his offensive abilities. Tormenta attacking up the left side, linked through center with Cabral. And a free kick is awarded to Tormenta. Scratch that, a drop ball. The 2 number 8s huddle around it, and it's restarted to the far post. Nearly toe poked at the end of it. Ryan Sierakowski trying to get in and pressure Northern Colorado. In his first start, he's eager to find offensive form. The former forward Madison man only played 32 minutes in the last match off the bench. Gets the nod as a starter in the absence of Keziah Sterling. Ball's chased back on this near side. Touched out for a throw by Dom. Tormenta has space in the attacking third. Tobias Otieno splits the middle. Switch to the opposite side. Nice first touch. Cabral slips on the second one. Northern Colorado, a Neolithic scrum in the defensive third trying to get out. Takes a nice touch. Fortunate for Northern Colorado, they get a nice throw to advance up the pitch. Into the 5th minute. Both teams still tied at 0, feeling each other out. Only one match that they've played previously ending in a 1-1 draw, and that was over a month ago. And both teams, of course, have gained different runs of form. Northern Colorado not necessarily finding the finishing touch. Meanwhile, Tormenta just toppled over league-leading Greenville 3-1 in the last match week. Irvin Parra shimmies his way with the ball, 1v2, turns and faces, and he's clipped from behind. The California native, the team leader in goals for Northern Colorado. He's a hugely important man to this inaugural side, and as he was able to hold up the ball, gets clipped from behind. Deshaun Nemberd just getting a bit too aggressive there, the left back for Tormenta. Reset on the first touch. Destin Norman plays it outside. Pass attempt deflects into the path of Pablo Jara. Scooped out to Green, touched inside. Tormenta can look to build out of their own half. That one skips just too far ahead. Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL League One. Choose what you want to play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. Trevor Amon chasing that ball up the left side, touched out. And his teammate Danny Robles telling him, stretch the field more, get further up the pitch. And for Northern Colorado, you're playing a 3-4-3 for a reason. Can they find all the space they can and stretch out this Tormenta side? Owen Dom with a nice play shielding the ball. And both teams are awaiting the ruling of the throw. It appeared that the Louisville City loanee did get a touch on it at the end of it. Tormenta will get the throw. Headed on by Amon, chested down. Para couldn't find the touch. Closed out of space. More numbers up though for Noko. Amon frees it up. Robles couldn't find a successful pass. Two swells of pressure early on for the Hailstorm, but not necessarily convincing in offensive play. Throw up the line, Dom with the laces. Balloons it through the air, settled back down by Tobias Otieno. To the far side, Alex Morel couldn't save that one. Trickles out for a throw. Tormenta looking to find an attacking run of play, but they lose the ball out And Jerry Denyu looks to go quickly the other way for Northern Colorado. Chip ball out to Amon. Can he get past his man? Has to stop up. Turns it back to Owen Dom. Breck Evans, the left center back in this matchup, connects with Robles. Back to the skipper, Rob Cornwall. He was on the bench last game dealing with a bit of an ailment, but now he's back starting, wearing that armband leading the side. Receives the pass, Trevor Amon puts a shot on, easy for Pablo Jara to deal with at his near post. The Chilean will take his time with this one. Tormenta players moving forward. And they connect offensively. Nice play pinching up though. It's that Northern Colorado press. Man-to-man executed, and now Robles has possession of it. Breck Evans, first touch. Nicely done through center. Norte pushes it out wide to Amon. The winger, nice interplay. Owen Dom, can he find service? Loops it, and the header not up to par. Jerry Dedew trying to find a connection at the end of it. Couldn't find a goal. It's tough for a guy at 5'8" to leap up there, but puts up an effort 1v2 and nearly glanced off his forehead. Here's the man of the hour, gets the ball back for Northern Colorado. Cross headed away by Joshua Phelps. Dedew falls at the top of the box, and it's just outside. It will be a free kick for Northern Colorado. Ooh, a dangerous position. What can the home side do with it here? Jerry Dedew hounded outside of the box, and he gets knocked down. Nearly really dangerous for South Georgia Tormenta as far as a penalty goes, but even more so at least when you think about how Northern Colorado has gotten most of its goals. 12 of their 24 have come from set pieces. That's the most in the league. Arthur Rogers stands over the ball for the delivery. The game tied at 0. Arthur Rogers, can he have the magic delivery? Drives it on, just past the far post and out for a goal kick. Well, instead of a cross, he goes for a shot. Unconventional from the Englishman. He's tallied 6 assists on the year and no goals, so maybe sniffing for blood, going for a shot on target. Early goings of the first half, Northern Colorado getting the first decent chance offensively from their bread and butter in a set piece. Adrian Billhart hounding that ball down, stolen by Rob Cornwall. The skipper wins it back for Northern Colorado. He wants his side to get on the front foot. They feel like a lot of the games in recent memory have not gone their way. Head coach Eamon Zayed said that the expected goals opta, the possession even, all of the metrics have really given them a lot of offensive chances. They just couldn't find the finishing touch. That final pass there to Amon, unsuccessful on the opposite side, goes out for a Tormenta throw. Long play up the line, Green. Billhart couldn't touch it past Dom. And the left back wins a throw for Northern Colorado. Rob Cornwall pushes it outside to Rogers. Arthur Rogers, number 14 in blue, takes his time on the ball. Touted for his play as a distributor. Gets it up the right sideline. Now he's a runner in the box. Dedew inside with Norte and flung across the far side just ahead of Amon. Trevor Amon in the right positions. Northern Colorado trying to create more offense just ahead of the curb there, though. The netminder for South Georgia, Pablo Jara, will take his time with this goal kick. The home team getting some more offense early on. Try to reset, boot the ball forward, and see what you can get. Owen Green toppled over Trevor Amon, so no possession won by Tormenta yet again. They give the ball away to Northern Colorado. Pablo Jara walloped that ball forward. And Owen Green stepped over Trevor Amon. And because of that action, he will get a booking, a yellow card early on. Free kick restarts play. Irvin Parra tries to race forward. Couldn't dislodge that ball from a Tormenta man, but Owen Dom has the ball in his hands. Throwing unsuccessful. Takes a header around and goes out again. Owen Dom, he's been active early on in this contest. His header, though, on the second ball gets a free kick awarded to Tormenta. Norte with the infringement. Jake Dengler pushed that up the left side. Adrian Billhart now races for it. Keeps it inside, touches off Cornwall. Last touch, though, off the Tormenta number 10 and out for a goal kick. Johan Peñaranda plays that ball to his center backs, and it's pushed forward. There's space to attack for Northern Colorado. Can this transition game be lethal? Irvin Parra finds himself sandwiched between Tormenta players, loses the ball as a result of it. Now the other way with Billhart. Settled down 1v1. The Tormenta attacking midfielder looks for his options, surveys, scans, and now it's with Jamil Roberts. Flicked header on Roberts, challenged with Trevor Amon. And Jamil Roberts is still down on the pitch. Appeared to have taken a bit of an elbow, and our center referee, Adere Monroy, brings a stoppage of play for the trainer. We'll take attention to Jamil Roberts. He does get a bit of a hand from Trevor Amon. Who's to say if it's intentional or unintentional, though? Roberts will come off to the sideline just for a little bit. And he'll be back on the pitch shortly. His head coach, Ian Cameron, standing next to him, has said that with the absence of Keziah Sterling, the leading goal scorer with 6 goals, Jamil Roberts has to be one of those guys to create offense for Tormenta. He can use his speed up the right side and link up play with those strikers. Dom up the middle with Norte. Toe pokes it free. And back with the Northern Colorado back line. Cornwall touches back to Danny Robles. That ball shot forward, straight into the path of Pablo Jara. It's been the main man for Tormenta. 17 games played, all of them starts. And he'll look to maintain a good run of form against Northern Colorado. Tormenta, a side that has been struggling to score as of late as far as the metrics of big chances created. Second in the league with 31 created, first in chances missed with 26. Summarizes the way they've played and just not been able to get those clinching results. In their third home venue though, in Severance Stadium, the closest to Windsor, Colorado, where future legends will be next season. Can they find a new run of form? Trevor Amon touches outside. Bumped back. Breck Evans gets crafty with it to a fellow left-footed player in Danny Robles, and back with the captain. Nice pass threaded through. Norte finds space, frees it up for Danny Robles. Onto his favored left, the shot deflects out. Had a good chance, but Tormenta stood in front of it. Danny Robles with a strong play. And Owen Green, the right back for South Georgia, stood tall. All the way up in the air, settled back down to earth. Destin Norman pushes it outside to Dediu. At the right side of the box, cut back cross. Hits off of one and pushed outside. Arthur Rogers keeps it in for Norman. Norman couldn't toe poke the ball free. Up the left side, Tormenta goes. In the 21st minute of play, both sides still in a stalemate at 0-0. Pass too far ahead. Johan Peñaranda scoops up and distributes outside to Dom. Outside foot pass intercepted. Bill Hart up the middle. He can carve you out in that position. Gabriel Cabral plays calmly with Jamil Roberts. Otieno can't sidestep one. His pass is too far away from Adrian Billhart. Billhart, number 10 in white, trying to get in on attacking form, really. Peñaranda plays it with Northern Colorado. "113 teams entered and 2 remain. The 2022 League 2 champion will be crowned as Ventura County Fusion hosts Long Island Rough Riders for the trophy. More information on how to watch, go to USLLeague2.com. That one at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 10 p.m. Eastern. Should be a fun one at the pre-professional level. Irvin Parra with a nice scoop up. Norte pushes it on target. Pretty easy though for Pablo Jara to sit on that one and clutch it easily. Irvin Parra dropping into the midfield. Right at the center circle, now Destin Norman with it. Back with Breck Evans. Center back through with Destin Norman, and now the captain, Rob Cornwall. A lot of hand motion signaling to his advanced players. Needs to see more movement. Of course, the alignment for Northern Colorado was a 3-4-3 heading to this match, as the Hailstorm do get a free kick there right near midfield. It looks as if the defensive line has shifted into a bit more of a traditional back four. Breck Evans, number 2 in blue, as the left-sided center back, and Rob Cornwall, number 4, as the captain and right-sided center back. So a bit of deceit there from head coach Eamon Zayed. Paid off early on, but Tormenta looks for revenge. Sierakowski touches it out wide. Driven shot, saved by Peñaranda. Second one off the post from Cabral. The crossbar rings out of nowhere. Tormenta drums up a storm of offense. Northern Colorado with the only threatening chance on a set piece earlier on in this half. Now in the 24th minute, South Georgia Tormenta has come alive. The visitors still tied at 0 with the home side, looking for more offensive pressure. Meanwhile, the home faithful and the Storm Chasers for Northern Colorado try to root their side on. A scary moment. Ryan Sierakowski, the new signing for Tormenta. Great play to late outside, and Gabriel Cabral, hungry as ever. 3 goals and 3 assists. He can do it all, whether it's passing or shooting. Just unlucky there on that chance, and nearly had Tormenta with the first goal in this game. So onwards we go into the 26th minute. Both sides exchanging chances. Things are heating up here in the Rocky Mountains. Severance, Colorado, the site at Severance Stadium, the third home venue for Northern Colorado. Dom 1v1, left foots it out. Be a throw in a deep position. Jamil Roberts received a knock earlier on. The challenge with Trevor Amon gives us a thumbs up. His head coach Ian Cameron will need him buzzing up that right sideline. Jake Dengler touches. Cabral receives. Cuts back out with Otieno. Green, the right back, pushes it forward. Gabriel Cabral now maneuvers from a wide area. Jamil Roberts inching up that sideline. He is onside. Owen Green trying to get forward. And Roberts slid down by Trevor Amon. Still clutching his leg there. And a booking is issued to Trevor Amon, the second one of the night, the first to Northern Colorado. Amon trying to get to that ball. He knives down Jamil Roberts. Had a few skirmishes earlier on in this half, so that one though nowhere near the ball. And it gives Tormenta a chance to set up with some formidable set piece takers. Adrian Bilhard has it with the left. Gabriel Cabral with the right. For Tormenta, Bilhard goes for goal. It soars high of the crossbar. A chance and a crisis averted for Tormenta. Adrian Bilhard, playing in that advanced position, usually finds himself cocooned in the midfield as a center attacking midfielder. Change of formation, change of asks. So there's a nice play there by Peñaranda. He slows the game down and plays it outside to Breck Evans. Chopped forward. Para leaps up for the header. And the whistle calls us back, and Jake Dengler restarts play, looking forward for Bilhard. The assistant official raises the flag. Another stoppage in play. Rob Cornwall pokes that one out. We'll get a new select USL League One match ball. Johan Peñaranda pushes his side forward. The netminder is making his 10th appearance, and the last time these two sides played, he led in the first goal but went up for a corner kick in the 90th minute. That was the match where Norte Norte scored the game-tying goal at Jackson Stadium. Head coach Eamon Zayed wanted to slot him up there because he thinks, especially in training in the last few weeks, he's shown a lot of really shooting ability, and maybe he can find scoring form to get Northern Colorado out of a scoring slump. And we'll say Johan Peñaranda was very happy when Norte clinched that goal. Surely, if number 8 in blue can find that feat within himself yet again, be happy yet again from the back line. Otieno falls down, possessing the ball past a few blue shirts. Irvin Parra resets for Northern Colorado. Long lofted ball to the near side. Jerry Dediu keeps it on his right, double touches it, and it's cleared out with Owen Dom. Danny Robles through center. Destin Norman mishandles Bill Hart, turns with space past midfield, cuts it back outside. Jamil Roberts still surveying the pitch, and he's pushed all the way back. Northern Colorado swelling pressure, they win the ball back. Arthur Rogers traversing the right sideline, Cruyffs it back onto his left foot. Plenty of time, curls it in, headed out by Dengler, and swept away by Roberts. Owen Dom, the left back for Northern Colorado, will take the throw. Lots of blue shirts forward. The throw in not necessarily a set piece, but reminiscent are the numbers that are pushed into an advanced area. Breck Evans, cheeky play into Robles, touched outside to Norte, cut it back, and then kicked out. Owen Green will take his time. A deep throw-in for the Tormenta man. Heaved forward, and Norman clatters on a challenge. Grappling and concedes a free kick. Played back to Pablo Jara. And out with Jake Dengler. The left center back for Tormenta is the only player to have featured in every single minute of play for South Georgia this season. 18 games, 18 starts, this the 19th. Whistle from official Adere Monroy to push that throw-in back. Owen Dom getting antsy on the sideline. Take every set of ground that you can get. Another throw out. And Dom heaves it forward. Ball bounces around through center. Dengler wallops it clear. Cornwall tries to go around the world here. Can't get it past his marker, and it's taken the other way for Tormenta. Cut back to Bill Hart. Tries to square it. Cabral trying to find it, and Sierakowski firing a shot straight into pressure. Tormenta has had the strongest chance of the night in the 24th minute. Can't rummage up something there. Johan Peñaranda clutches that one at his near post. Flicked on by Para. Northern Colorado trying to play direct. Dediu creates his own space. He has a runner in Para. Northern Colorado's striker can't free up the ball. Good pressing though from the Hailstorm. They win it back with Robles. And it's all the way out with Arthur Rogers. The Englishman trying to find space outside. Advancing up that right side, he wins a throw. Arthur Rogers boasts 6 assists, second in League One in that mark. He's been tremendous and really been praised by his head coach as a distributor, especially on set pieces. They try to combine. It's a cross with Dediu. He just couldn't get all of that. A cross to try and find the opening goal. Northern Colorado with the second of its kind though, but first in open play, and Dediu just gets caught up with the ball right behind him. Phelps clears the ball forward, nearly found his target, scooped up by Norman and touched free the other way. Back and forth it goes. Robles can't free up that one. Otieno takes it back. He tells Owen Green, let's take a chill pill here. Calm it down with Joshua Phelps. The Australian wires it outside. Adrian Billhart keeps it on his left, takes a bit of a shove, but it's a fair play, and it's going forward for Northern Colorado. Para one-on-one. Pablo Jara says, I don't think so. He wallops that ball all the way out for a Hailstorm throw, rather. So after a few plays and good offensive chances for both sides, Northern Colorado earlier on, and then Tormenta in the 24th minute, the game's cooled off a little bit. Sun is setting here in Severance, Colorado. The second match at Severance Stadium. The fans showing out. Cross lofted and Sierakowski couldn't control. Trickles out for a goal kick. Johan Peñaranda will set up the goal kick. The Long Beach, New York native pushes it out, and his defensive line does the rest of the work. Rogers frees up the ball right back to where he wants it, out with Trevor Amon. His pass, though, tapped free by Otieno. Northern Colorado will get up for a throw. Tobias Otieno, number 55 for Tormenta, has only made 3 starts before this match. This is his 7th appearance and 4th start on the season. As of recent, though, he's really been relied upon by head coach Ian Cameron. He did start the last match against Greenville in that 3-1 victory where they did triumph over the Triumph. Dom loses it under the sole of his foot. Waning minutes of the first half, still tied at 0. There's been some chances to go around, but both sides have really been trading possession of the ball and the action. Northern Colorado, with its pressing structure going to plan, been really successful at winning the ball back in advanced areas. Morel touches back. And freed back with Joshua Phelps. Dengler, the Iron Man for Tormenta. Drives the ball outside with Roberts. His touch too far in front of Green. The right back was trekking up that right side. He could have been in if it wasn't for the poor touch from Jamil Roberts. Lofted ball forward, Amon. On the end of it, goes for a strike. Couldn't find his footing. It soars way too high of the mark. Trevor Amon only with 2 goals on the season entering this game. He's been in really good positions, but hasn't found the scoring mark. The last goal that he scored for Northern Colorado came on June 22nd in a 4-1 win over Central Valley. So he hasn't scored in over a month, but his coach has belief in him, and surely it's reassuring in that last match against Richmond on Tuesday. The 1-0 win for the visitors. He hit the post and had plenty of offensive work, just couldn't get the goal that he wanted. Long ball laid out, Daydew couldn't lace that one down. Green's up in arms about getting the ball back. He wants to restart play quickly because we're in the last 5 minutes of play of this first half. Both sides even at 0. Tormenta, and it's a really good run of form. Meanwhile, Northern Colorado in its inaugural season trying to pick it up and find a way to maybe squeak into the playoff picture at 9th place there, 3 spots below the drop zone. Bill Hart operating from the left side, driven cross, marshaled away by Evans, keen to do so. There were runners in the box, and Tormenta is still on the front foot. Gabriel Cabral drives a pass backwards. They'll have to reset. Green with Cabral. Passes exchange. And Roberts finds Cabral. Numbers swelling through the middle. Great shot there. And Peñaranda swallows it up. Ryan Sierakowski finding that ball at the top of the box. Just a little bit too far over it, hunched over it. Couldn't get the strongest of connections, but he still guided it on goal. Testing Peñaranda. South Georgia inkling for offensive pressure. Bill Hart taken down at the edge of the box. Nothing there, and it's out for a goal kick. The home faithful happy with that call. And they've seen their side trending upwards. Head coach Eamon Zayed said that he really believes in what this team has done, especially over the last 6 weeks, but needs to see those offensive players step up. Trevor Amon, who's down right now, gets back up to his feet. Among others, like Stefan Lukic, really wants to see those guys step up. Players with 2 goals, 1 goal, but have had plenty more chances to convert. So far, though, you take a point. It's 0-0 in the 43rd minute between Northern Colorado and South Georgia Tormenta. Otieno races up the pitch, pushes it outside with Sierakowski. His cross blocked by Breck Evans. Stalwart defending there from Breck Evans. The 22-year-old has had a ton of experience in his early goings of his pro career. Still limping and hobbling after that, but he's going to have to get sorted here. It's a corner kick for Tormenta. Billhart keeps it on the ground. First touch play, second touch out at the top of the box. Roberts with the strike. He wires it just past the near post. Late goings of the first half. The visitors finding more offense, but can't carve out that first goal. Amon flicks through center. Norte turns with the ball. Out with Owen Dom. Parra with a nice play. He souls it free, but loses it to Tormenta. Billhart can't get on the end of it. Last minute of play and regular time of this first half. There will be one additional minute of play. Evans chops that ball forward. Balloons through the air. It's settled back down with Sierakowski. First time pass from Cabral. Up chasing it is Alex Morel. He's near that corner flag. Plenty of space. Tobias Otieno shrugs it forward. And Green loses his footing there and trying to get to the ball. Robles shields it away. Otieno comes free with it. Cornwall battling with Adrian Billhart. That ball stays in up that sideline. Tormenta still in the attacking third. Cabral tees one up, and it just has so much power, but not on the mark. Gabriel Cabral, our player to watch heading into this contest. He was one of the goal scorers last match for Tormenta in that 3-1 victory last week over Greenville. The other two, Keziah Sterling out, and number 7, Kingsford Ajay, on the bench for this matchup. So Gabriel Cabral has been in a shooting form, and he's going to have to carry the load for Tormenta heading into the second half, because we stand at 0 at the sound of the halftime whistle. Adore Monroy brings us to a close. Northern Colorado and South Georgia are even. Irvin Parra trying to find something offensively. That's been the question for both sides, though. We're blanked and even at 0-0. Plenty of chances going for both sides. Think of that chance for Cabral in the 24th minute. Off the post, and head coach Eamon Zayed, well, needed a response. Can they look to Arthur Rogers? That's the question in the second half. More answers on the other side. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to USL on ESPN.
I'm on that real tick. I'm on that real tick.
Back with USL League One at the half, Northern Colorado and South Georgia Tormenta here in the mountains in Severance, Colorado. 3 games played before this, a momentous Week 19 in USL League One. To recap the action, let's pass it over to John Gross.
We start things off Tuesday night in Colorado, Severance, Colorado to be exact. Severance Stadium, the 25th host venue of a League One match this season. Northern Colorado was hoping to christen it with the victory, but Emiliano Terzaghi in the 32nd minute, he had different ideas. How about this goal as it skips hard on the turf into the back of the net? I don't know if anybody else in League One can make a goal like that. There's a reason why that guy is a multi-time MVP. Northern Colorado looking for that response. It's Arthur Rogers who finds Trevor Ammon. Second effort here. It's Akira Fitzgerald, a diving stop, one of 6 saves for Fitzgerald, a seasoned veteran in net, keeping his side in front. And then Fitzgerald gets some help from an old friend, the post. And a backline defender, Dakota Barnathan, cleared off the end line. 1-0 the final. Richmond victorious. 5th clean sheet of the season. Richmond entered Saturday just a point away from the top of the table. We go out west. Central Valley Fuego welcomes Chattanooga Red Wolves. And early on, Alex Tejera. How about that save by Ofek Antsman? Tried the midfield strike, and Ofek Antsman had to be wide awake. Thankfully for Fuego, he was. Diving stop for him. Chattanooga looking for that goal to take the advantage. Lombardi heads down and comes out to his substitute. Andres Hernandez, the 6th Chattanooga goal scored this season by a substitute, which leads USL League One. They've had instant impact off the bench, and it's Hernandez who gets it done to put his side up 1-0. But Central Valley Fuego not done just yet. They try to test the backup keeper, Tor Saunders. He came on after Carlos Avila's injury. Then in stoppage time, it's Cheney maneuvering through traffic. Falk on the follow. Handball, no doubt about it. Take a look back at it. That clearly came off the hand of Benton. First penalty kick of the season for Fuego, and it's wide. Christian Cheney wanted it. Saunders guessed the right direction, but it did not seem to matter. Ball was off target. 1-0 the backup keeper. And his side, victorious. Chattanooga, 3 big points on the road out west. And then last night, Friday night, Charlotte Independence welcomed Forward Madison. Would we finally see a high-scoring match? We would not. Raiko Rosarena, his stop on Koa Santos, one of his 6 saves. Remember that name, not just for these highlights, but throughout the rest of the season. A guy who has completely changed the season for Forward Madison. On the attacking end, Roger Smith, how does this not go in? You have Abdou Bakijam sitting on the goal line. Jeremiah Strango has 4 goals this year, just whiffs at the kick attempt. It's cleared away, still 0-0 at this point. Beautiful through ball to Roger Smith once again. Can he atone for the previous error? No, he cannot. Adrian Zendejas was not tested much last night. Had to make just 2 saves. This is one of them. O.J. Smith, the guy who had scored in 4 matches of the prior 6 entering last night's affair. But late in the second half, Charlotte looking for that winner. It's Omar Sis who led his side with 5 shots, 2 of which ended up on target, including this look. But again, it's that man, Raiko Arozarena, a fingertip save. And then Ilya Shevstov finds Ibarra to assist this in stoppage time. Again, it's Arozarena, an emphatic denial, turning away Sis. 0-0 the final, 9th 0-0 draw of the season. First at home for Charlotte Independence in September of 2022. More coming up after this. Now this from the USL.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
I'm on that real tick. I'm on that real tick.
Jamaican Malik Foster. The Panenka, absolutely disgusting, plenty of times. Saved by Viniello! Rodrigo Lopez! It's improbable! It's indomitable! It's another cup set!
We're back with some USL League One at the half, and of course, can't talk about USL without cup sets. Sacramento Republic off to the final, the first team to do that as a non-MLS team since 2008. So a fantastic feat for them, and meanwhile, Silver Severance, of course, lends its name to Northern Colorado. This is the second match being played at Severance Stadium, where Northern Colorado will look for its first victory, and there's some new additions around the league as well, with both of them having championship experience. Shifting things back to League One, Corey Bennett, the player of the week in Week 18. He is really a star in the sense that he got the second fastest hat trick in history, scoring goals with the speed of light, really, and a fantastic job done by him. Our scoreboard around the league: Chattanooga leads Greenville 2-1 in the first half. Richmond finished off FC Tucson 3-1 just moments ago, and meanwhile, in those further results passed in the week, Charlotte Independence and Forward Madison had a 0-0 draw. Not a lot of goals going around before tonight. Not some in this one either, but a few across the league as well. Lastly, some things to look at as we progress into the next match week. Of course, there's South Georgia Tormenta playing a home match against the Charlotte Independence. Northern Colorado on the road at Union Omaha. That's always a tough matchup. And of course, tonight against Central Valley and Union Omaha. So the Owls will have a test tonight before playing next Saturday against Northern Colorado. So it's 0-0 at the half between Northern Colorado and South Georgia Tormenta. More goals in store. We'll have the first half highlights, and what's next? The second half, right here on ESPN+.
I'm on that real tick. I'm on that real tick.
And we're back in Severance, Colorado. Before we get to the second half of action, we got to take you through the first half, the highlights of the match. Trevor Amon, a guy that needs to get on the score sheet, couldn't do so early on. Pablo Jara stood tall. And in the early goings, a set piece, the bread and butter, but Arthur Rogers couldn't connect and find a man on the end of it. Northern Colorado dominated a lot of the offensive play early on, and they've really got on to a strong start against this South Georgia Tormenta side. In the previous meeting, it was a 1-1 draw. And so far, the home side still getting a lot of chances. This one, though, was not too threatening. until Tormenta on the other side answered the call. Adrian Billhart with the shot on, the 24th minute chance. Cabral rings it off the crossbar. Gotta have another look at that one. The best chance of this game so far. And Gabriel Cabral just couldn't strike gold for his 4th goal. This one probably one of the best chances for Northern Colorado. Dedew couldn't connect, and Sierakowski, the newest signing, later on in the latter stages, those last 5 minutes of the first half, couldn't connect cleanly on a shot. So that's where we stand. Chances going around for both sides, but it's still even at 0-0. Second half action awaits us here from Severance, Colorado. And with that, Northern Colorado will start us off, going from left to right. Irvin Parra brings the ball back, and we're underway for second half action from the Rocky Mountains. Tormenta visiting and trying to be a disruptor against a side that has really done well and finding a lot of chances created. But of course, both sides being blanked so far. Tormenta trying to rummage up something, though. Alex Morel gets dispossessed, and pass up from Arthur Rogers early on is out for Tormenta throw. Deshaun Nembert, the left back, throws it in for South Georgia. Morel chip ball out. Pablo Jara deals with it. North Colorado taking time here. Stefan Lukic entering the match. 3 changes made by head coach Eamon Zaya. Destin Norman is off. Stefan Lukic, a bit more of an offensive-minded player. They're going for all 3 points here tonight. Other players onto the pitch. Jackson Dietrich, number 15, on for Trevor Amon. So Amon's night is over. And the last substitution, Wolfgang Prentice on for Owen Dom at left back. Lukic gets his first touch of the ball. He's held down, does relay it on to Parra. Advantage played. Then finally whistled back. Referee is pointing down, but we'll see who's the offender here. And the advantage was called back ultimately. So Northern Colorado gets another chance from a dead ball situation. Wolfgang Prentice subbing in as a left back. He makes his second appearance. He started his first game and was subbed out last match. It's been a long time since he started a match, though. He's on loan from the Oakland Roots. Irvin Parra is about 35 yards out. He's the only one standing over this one. Parra goes for goal, and it's through the uprights. Nowhere near that opposite goal. Parra was the lone talisman to stand over this one. He had to do something with it ultimately. He couldn't find any solid connection. Leans back and skied it over the crossbar. But now Dedew try to create something for Northern Colorado. Pass cut back for Robles. His cross squeezed inside, and Hara comes off his line to collect. Hara punts the ball away. 4 players converge. Cornwall has the last asking of it. Rob Cornwall, the captain, who's on the bench last match. And he's back to match fitness, leading his side. Nebhard into space. Otieno had Bill Hart through the middle. Strong clearance there by Northern Colorado, and it's another corner kick for Tormenta. It's a Hailstorm getting caught in a press, and Breck Evans tracking back to deal with that threat. Gabriel Cabral with the in-swinging ball. Pushes it to the far post, flicked away. And Daydew marks Roberts at the top of the box. Jamil Roberts is now hounded near the corner flag. He's 1 versus 2 there. The last touch off a Hailstorm player. Tormenta gets to reset. Pushed inside. Dengler is there. The center back didn't know what to do with it. Peñaranda alertly punts it forward. Players out of position. Irvin Parra tried to get in transition. Otieno stays strong on his feet and collects possession of the ball for Tormenta. Jackson Dietrich pushing forward. The midfielder getting subbed in at halftime. Has only played 20 minutes all season for Northern Colorado in 2 appearances. Norte cut a ball forward. Couldn't find a connection. Head coach Eamon Zion is going to need more movement from his front players in order to create. Tormenta with Bill Hart now at the top of the box. Cuts back inside. Recollects on his left foot. Pokes it free, and the shot just gets past the far post. What a strong effort there. Adrian Billhart creates the chance for South Georgia Tormenta, and they just could not cash in. Rogers curls that up the sideline. Lukic knives it out to the far side. Daydew, header on, nearly got the inside edge. Parra pokes it free, and he's chopped down. A free kick outside of the box from close range, awarded again to Northern Colorado. Both players colliding and both of them down. For Tormenta, it was Joshua Phelps, number 5, the center back, who engaged in that challenge. Daydew with a strong play to get inside. Then Parra got there first. Phelps just behind him, not on the same page. And while he is ailing from the challenge, he does initiate the contact. And our referee, Adare Monroy, is waiting to issue the booking. Both teams will get a chance to reset, take some hydration in as the sun sets in Severance, Colorado. 0-0 the score we have, and the stakes are ever so important for both sides. Only 5 points between them, as Phelps is finally awarded the yellow card in this 54th minute. The third yellow card of the match, the second for Tormenta. This gives Northern Colorado a prime opportunity to set up a chance that could create their first goal. Half of their goals have come from set pieces, 12. And of those 12, Arthur Rogers most of the time is standing over the ball. Right now it's him and Jerry Dediu. The Haitian leaves it for Rogers. Runners in the box. He clips it on straight into the wall. Second chance sliced up and away by Dietrich. Jackson Dietrich, the German native, out of the Werder Bremen Youth Academy, moved to Las Vegas early on and has had plenty of time in the States, but his pro career very recent. And for Northern Colorado, with only a few appearances, he's looking to make his mark on this side. Wolfgang Prentice chases this ball back, shields it out. Goal kick for Peñaranda. Cornwall clears it forward for Lukic. The midfielder couldn't control that one cleanly, but then his teammate does. Norte plays it back to Stefan Lukic, and he clips it outside. Dietrich wants to restart play quickly. Out with Rogers, and Northern Colorado swelling players on this near side. Lukic frees up the ball, cuts onto his left, and he fires a shot. Great play there by Hada, great positioning, and he deals with the threat from Stefan Lukic. Northern Colorado getting some set pieces in this match, but now setting the tone for a few plays in open play. This one from Stefan Lukic, subbed on at halftime, and he found the space to fire a shot. Tormenta doing a great job to shield that ball into the path of Hada. Robles challenge from behind. Be a free kick for Northern Colorado. Cabral holds his head up high. Doesn't agree with the call, but that's the way it goes. Early goings of this second half, still tied at 0. Arthur Rogers on the outside. Cuts it in for Dietrich. Puts it on his left. Now inside for Dediu, and he just couldn't find the finish. Jerry Dediu on the end of that deflected try. And South Georgia was up to the task. Prentice can't keep the ball in, out for a goal kick. Dietrich with a soft pass of a shot, really, but that set it all up for Jerry Dediu. Couldn't find a path really past Joshua Phelps and Dengler. Northern Colorado sniffing out more offensive pressure. Dietrich on his left again. His curled shot blocked. Dediu outside, and the shot just escapes the path of the shot on goal. Norte couldn't keep it below the bar. Ball freed up the other way. Morel couldn't acquire it cleanly as Northern Colorado recovers. Tormenta with Tobias Otieno. Rogers tracks back, and he gets in front of Sierakowski. It is ruled that the Tormenta striker gets the foul, though. Sierakowski, a late addition to Tormenta. He signed with the team just over a week ago on July 28th, and this is his first start, second appearance with the team. Lukic step overs his way through the middle, cuts it outside to Rogers. Arthur Rogers combining with Lukic. They've been dynamic on the outside, flicked inside to Dietrich. Can Rogers find it? It deflects in, and Northern Colorado finds its way in front. It's Arthur Rogers with his first goal of the season. The distributor becomes a talisman to put the home side up 1-0 in this second half. A fortunate array of bounces, and the final deflection goes off Joshua Phelps. But Arthur Rogers has the last laugh, getting inside the box, carving out an option. Northern Colorado has a spark of life. The goal that changes things in this match, and that brings on that man right there. Kingsford Ajay did not start this match. Was on the Week 18 Team of the Week and also scored last week against Greenville. Tied for second on the team in goals with 4. What a guy to have on your bench to supply that scoring spark when you need it. And Ian Cameron says the time is now. Tormenta now on the back foot, down 1-0. So Kingsford Ajay comes on, Alex Morel off. Can these changes supply? No chances supplied there. Meanwhile, Chris Heckenberg, midfielder making his 17th appearance, comes on for Tobias Otieno. So 2 substitutions right after the Tormenta, or rather Northern Colorado goal. This does not change the shape of what head coach Heeman Zion's side looks at right now. They only have a 1-goal cushion, and they're pressing forward with that ball right at midfield. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2022. Whether your club is on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of USL League One action on ESPN+. The home to the USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. The 60th minute goal for Arthur Rogers swings the tides of momentum in Severance, Colorado. South Georgia Tormenta needs to find an attacking foot. Ajay combining through center. Bill Hart, back heel flick. It does find the path of Ajay. Poked free by Robles. Northern Colorado marking him heavily. Don't want to give Kingsford Ajay any space. Cross from Bill Hart inside. Kept on the ground and skied through the air. Rogers doesn't get the touch he wants. It's out for a Tormenta corner kick. Gabriel Cabral will deliver this one. Tormenta need an answer very quickly. Flicked on in. Bill Hart got a touch of it. Then Para. This cross is pushed inside. And then offside is called on Tormenta. Players behind the play. Does Northern Colorado get a chance to reset? Arthur Rogers, the goal scorer, is down on the pitch at the moment. Trainer is needed. Didn't seem like too harsh of a collision for him. Maybe even just the runt of the ball being kicked straight to him. But Northern Colorado is up 1-0 off a goal from that man in an unconventional sort. There's the play, and Rogers not necessarily near it, but maybe experiencing some cramps, something that Wolfgang Krennis had in the 65th minute of the last contest. Caused him to be subbed off in his first start in Northern Colorado blue. Rogers makes his way under his own power, so should be able to make a return. The former Hartford Athletic man in the USL Championship racked up 41 appearances for that side before signing with Northern Colorado. And he had a pretty involved role there, but has really found his footing in USL League One. His 6 assists, second in the entire league, and he finally found the score sheet for his first goal. The fans with "Let's Go Hailstorm" chants sounding around Severance Stadium. The venue is alive. Arthur Rogers providing that spark. Which team will find the next goal? If any, it's ever so important. Norte stands over the ball to restart this play with a quick free kick. Robles all the way back with Cornwall, and then Peñaranda. Pass to Dediu. He couldn't get a solid touch on it. So minutes winding down in the 68th minute. Northern Colorado struck with the first goal. South Georgia Tormenta made a few changes. The most notable one, number 7 in white and midnight navy trim, Kingsford Ajay, in his 19th appearance. The Ghanaian-born player has really had a lot of winning experience. In fact, we talk about the USL League 2 final. He was a part of that 2021 Des Moines Menace side. He scored 5 goals in 6 games. This season, fast forward to League One, he has 4 goals, second on his team. Kingsford Ajay will look to provide that spark for the visitors. Sierakowski chasing that one down. Deflects off him and pushed through with Dietrich. Rogers scoops it up to his midfield man. Arthur Rogers wins a foul, and he's chopped down from behind. All of the Tormenta players looking in disbelief, but that does not matter. It's another yellow card, this time to Deshaun Nemberg. So our referee, Adere Monroy, will write Nemberg into the books. The Belize native has found his way with Tormenta. Started most of the matches they've played, 14 starts. This one, his 15th tonight. Just got a bit too aggressive on the challenge there. Rogers is looking for a close range play. ultimately elects all the way back to his back line. Breck Evans lofts it forward. Daydew keeps it in play. And cat-like play from Para. He keeps it inside. And in play, but not within the bounds of that goal line. It's out for a goal kick. Tormenta making another substitution. Fuad Adenei in for Jamil Roberts. Adeneu looked to supply something in a bit more of a forward position despite being a defender. This is his 10th appearance on the season with 1 assist in this campaign. Lukic with a cheeky play to get out of pressure. Sliced outside with Wolfgang Prentice. He does the same, but the switch of play too far ahead of Dietrich. Tormenta's looking to battle back. Meanwhile, Northern Colorado has a hold of the ball and a hold of the lead. And the Hailstorm were tied entering the half as they did 0-0. They were 4-4-4, completely unpredictable as to where the match would go. Para offside, just getting in behind Dengler. He holds up the ball, but Tormenta wants to restart quickly. The sense of urgency going to get higher and higher as South Georgia looks for answers. Need all the points you can get in USL League One. There's always chaos in the standings with 11 teams in the league. Despite the gap looking large, you have to look at the points total. These sides entering tonight only 5 points apart, despite being 6 places separated between each other. Ajay crafty up the left side, couldn't connect on a pass. Now Daydew looks to break the other way. Lukic is through, keeps it on his left though, elects for a pass out, and Para couldn't scamper in. It's kicked out and away. Looked as if maybe Lukic could have gotten forward onto his right side, although not his preferred side, maybe could have opened up a bit more space. Para, though, offside at the end of it, and it's restarted for South Georgia. Now Northern Colorado shifting into what looks to be a back three with Arthur Rogers dropping back. The center backs providing more solidity in front of Johan Peñaranda. Robles late on the challenge. Players arguing, converging. Here our referee Adere Monroy, but will be a free kick for Tormenta. Cabral nearest to the ball. Adrian Billhart also standing next to it. Both of these players really skilled in their delivery with multiple assists on the season. Billhart leaves it, it's Cabral. The outswinging ball to the far post and escapes the reach of every player. Goal kick for Northern Colorado. So there's a good chance for Gabriel Cabral, who already has 3 assists on the year. Just put too much power on the delivery. So a set piece, maybe not necessarily Kingsford Ajay's forte, but keep the ball on the ground, supply him with space in behind Northern Colorado, and that could be a recipe for success for Tormenta. Prentice shields the ball back. Slices it forward, touched out by Tormenta. Northern Colorado can progress up the pitch. Northern Colorado taking its time with the restart of play. It's in with Lukic. His pass finds no target. Chested and Billhart takes it down. Sierakowski looking to weave his way into the attacking third. Robles tangles him up and earns a free kick for the Hailstorm. Sierakowski with much frustration. The Michigan State University product, who set a program record with the most points in 33 goals and 16 assists combined. Went on to the MLS Super Draft. Then down with Forward Madison and New England Revolution too. Finds himself as the most recent player to be signed by Tormenta, and head coach Ian Camera is called upon him for answers. Jake Dengler looking at his options. Cabral drops all the way back and splits the center backs. He chips the ball forward. Peñaranda lets this one trickle all the way back near his 6-yard box. With pressure, he'll pick that one up. Tormenta will soon make a substitution. They'll see if another change can spark something. Meanwhile, Northern Colorado will try to get in on the front foot yet again. Jerry Dediu keeps it on his right, touches it free. Norte pushes it with Robles. He tees it up, has a crack in front, and Dietrich gets in front of it, but he's called offside. Jackson Dietrich, nearly the candidate of the hour, but in his 3rd appearance, he's ahead of the back line. Ozu Soto on for Owen Green. It's an attacking-minded substitution as expected. A midfielder on for a defender. What can that change provide for Tormenta? Time running out into the 79th minute. But nearly, it was Northern Colorado. Robles with a fantastic strike, and Dietrich behind the back line. Thought he had his first in Colorado blue. But you can't get ahead of yourself there. Called offside, and we stand at 1-0. In the latter stages of this second half. Can't watch the match? Turn on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus, hear live matches from USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more. All on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app. Restart of play. Rogers tries to shrug off 2 men. Sierakowski with the hungry Rogers trying to win the ball back, concedes a foul. Restart of play. Dietrich gets the ball back generously. And Phelps plays it forward. Tormenta having more of the ball, trying to possess it. It's their strong suit, but can they carve out options in the attacking third? Dengler through center with Cabral. Soto, the newest substitute for Tormenta, wires it outside. Last touch off Prentice. And South Georgia still has numbers forward. Tormenta entered this contest on a 2-match winning streak, the 23rd 2-1 victory over North Carolina, and then of course that win against Greenville last week. They would at least like to salvage something from this visit to the Rocky Mountains. Rogers plays it back. Robles through with Prentice. Plenty of space. Nice interplay with Dedew. Lukic turns it on to Dedew. Can he scoop it free for Stepan Lukic? And his shot just goes awry. What looked to nearly be a moment of brilliance for the Serbian just caught out because it was deflected. And it's a corner kick try for Northern Colorado. The minutes ticking down for Tormenta to find an offensive opportunity. Northern Colorado content with where they are, but they could rummage up some more offense. The best team on set pieces in the league. Arthur Rogers, always handy in his delivery, to the middle of the box, and Northern Colorado finds its second. It's Breck Evans. He's stalwart in the back, and he gets the job done up front. Hailstorm up by 2. What a moment for Breck Evans. Only his second goal of the season, and he gets it off a set piece. That improves Northern Colorado to a league best 7 goals. Or rather, scratch that. More goals on a set piece. They had 13 of their 25, or rather 26 now, off set pieces. So the Hailstorm faithful energized yet again. So the home side up 2-0 against Tormenta. This is what head coach Eamon Zayed wanted to find out of his squad, and this is what he has gotten. But the job is not done yet. Tormenta, top 3 in USL League One, and they've been scoring as of late. They could have an answer quickly. Slid away by Robles. Northern Colorado relentless with the pressing, suffocating these outside flanks. And Norte wins the ball back for Robles. It's the Eamon Zayed trademark, pressing that ball back, and more players suffocate the outside. Robles steps outside, and he does get more of the man than the ball. Concedes a foul, and Cabral will restart for South Georgia. Northern Colorado, they've gotten points from 3 of their last 4 matches. The result holds to be 4 of their last 5, with 2 of those coming from victories. Kingsford Ajay. Pacey deflected out though by Rob Cornwall. Johan Peñaranda is yelling at his troops. Need a sense of urgency, lads. 2-0 is not a safe lead. Corner kick coming up for Tormenta. In-swinging ball, and Peñaranda stakes claim to it. Sidewinds the punt forward, the only man on it, Irvin Para. He has yet to score in this contest as he just gets touched from behind, but his 8 goals tied 3rd best in the entire league. He led his team, and ultimately it's been the secondary scoring corps that has really supplemented Northern Colorado. And ultimately, if they want success in the latter stages of the season, vying to get into that top 6 playoff picture, that's exactly what they're going to need. Now a yellow card's awarded to another South Georgia Tormenta player, Ryan Sierakowski, presumably with frustration boiling over. And the other one goes to the opposite number, Jackson Dietrich, also in the books, so likewise for him, both of them presumably in a skirmish. Letting tempers boil over, taking the time to reset. Players need not forget about the task at hand. There's a game to win, there's a game to come back in. Northern Colorado up by 2, and Tormenta trying to press numbers forward, but the home side is doing exactly that. Cross swung in, pushed away by Nemberd. Cabral turns away with it. This is the time where Northern Colorado has seemed most alive with its pressing. Rogers, the right back, all the way up on Kingsford Ajay. And Ajay's taken down. Another booking is issued. Norte says, why me? Well, when Ajay breaks with all that pace, someone's always going to be right behind him and maybe not in front of the ball. Lachlan McLean is waiting to come onto the pitch in the 88th minute. Be one of the last substitutes of the match. Lachlan McLean is making his 17th game played. He'll be substituted off for the goal scorer, Arthur Rogers. Rogers, after having cramps earlier in the match, does see himself ailing a bit further. And that'll prompt a well-deserved rest for the London-born product. A fantastic journey for him to this Northern Colorado side. His 19 starts before this match, and in his 20th game, he netted the first goal of the contest in the 60th minute. Surefire as the most important play in this match so far. Really energized the pressing and everything that they needed. Now Lachlan McLean with the fresh legs will need to contribute further. Need to continue to boil that energy further for this Hailstorm side. The Australian had a header off the crossbar last match. He knows how to score, but right now, Northern Colorado has to keep its lead. Kingsford Ajay for Tormenta on the throw. Lays it forward, Dietrich tries to scoop it free. And Para all the way back dislodges it. Toe pokes it to Lukic. The lanky man stays on his left foot, pushes it out to Dietrich. Nice wall passes. Northern Colorado finds space. It's all the way back though with Peñaranda. Spreads the width of the pitch with his skipper, Rob Cornwall. In the final minute of this second half, before stoppage time, Northern Colorado up 2-0. The Arthur Rogers strike got us going, and then later on it was Breck Evans with his second goal on the season in the 82nd minute. Plenty of bookings to go around, plenty of substitutions made, all the changes. Still see Northern Colorado up, and there's a booking issue to the bench. Ian Cameron not happy with what's going on. He wants an explanation, but the assistant referee is busy on the task at hand. The last stoppage of play was a throw in, so with that, we'll restart play here and see where we're at in stoppage time. 8 additional minutes, plenty of time. That number has now been changed to 7. Regardless, it's a chance for Northern Colorado. Dadiu, can he look up to his right side? Finds Pada breaking. McLean goes into the box. Pada with the cross to the far post. Settled by Norte. Unleashes a shot. Then, nearly, Stefan Lukic found the third for Northern Colorado. Back and forth we go. Josu Soto possesses, and Sierakowski clips it outside. Ajay tiptoes up the left wing. Cuts it on to his left. Cut back move, a shot blocked. Great chance there set up for Adeyemi. Great defense done by Northern Colorado. Pada is all the way back. In the 92nd minute of play, Northern Colorado looking to stamp 3 points into the team sheet, and a valiant effort all around. Wolfgang Prentice traversing forward, blocks that shot, and Hada quickly plays it out with Nebert. Tormenta with a sense of lateral urgency. Bill Hart trying to secure this ball, and he finally does on this sideline in the attacking third. Soto to the far side. No one on the end of it. These direct crosses are tough in the end because it's a really difficult chance to create versus carving out this Northern Colorado side. Tormenta has found a lot of its success with playing up the middle and really finding good passing as a possession-based team, but that's something they haven't been able to do tonight. Eamon Zayed's pressing structure for Northern Colorado, successful. The only other match played between these sides on June 11th, a 1-1 draw at Jackson Stadium. And in the second match between the two, in the third home venue of Northern Colorado, Severance Stadium sees both sides in a match where the home side has a 2-0 lead and looks to secure 3 points in fine form. Cornwall chopping that ball up to Prentice. Tormenta trying to get back, but tired legs are watchful as Prentice chips a ball through, and whether it's a shot or a pass, it's unsuccessful. The goal kick reset by Hada, intercepted by Lukic. Touch free, McLean saved by Hada. That keeps Tormenta in it. There's still more work to do. Cabral with another long ball. No one on the end of it. It's too easy for Northern Colorado. They'll take that any day of the week. Benyaranda at the corner of his area. Scoops it up. We're in the 95th minute of stoppage time. And the Hailstorm trying to secure this victory. It would be the first victory for Northern Colorado in this new venue. Severance Stadium unveiled as the 25th venue used in USL League One history. Debut 1v1 and Hara collects the cross. Rolled outside. Tormenta looking to break. Nebert to Sierakowski. Rather Cabral through center. Soto up the middle. Then with that man, Ryan Sierakowski, and his shot is skied over the bar. At 2-0. Could have used a better chance than that. Tormenta still with 0 on the scoreboard. Johan Peñaranda gets a yellow card for time wasting. Captain Rob Cornwall tries to talk to the center official, but nothing doing of it when there's been so many bookings handed around. Ironically, coming into the match, Irvin Para and Norte led the team with 8 yellow cards and 7 respectively, but they have not been booked tonight. Tempers flaring for other players on both sides. Meanwhile, a good gesture of sportsmanship with Irvin Para huddled on this sideline here. Ajay right next to him there. It's the last allotted minute of stoppage time at the very least. We'll have to wait for play to resume. Tired legs for Tormenta. In an effort where you would have loved to go on the road after triumphing in Greenville against the first place team. As this ball was looped forward, Para collided and Deshaun Nebert may have taken a harsh landing or cramped up. He is back to his feet though. And gets applause from the Northern Colorado crowd. Nebert will have to wait to get back into this match. Restart of play though is done. And Johan Peñaranda has the ball at his grasp. In the 98th minute, Northern Colorado leads by 2 off of 2 second half goals. The ball pushed forward. Tormenta doesn't really have any time, and it's the Hailstorm faithful and the Storm Chasers waiting to celebrate the 3 points here at home at the newly minted Severance Stadium. Throw forward, settled by McLean. He's shoved outside. And with the sound of the final whistle, Northern Colorado Hailstorm takes a 2-0 victory over South Georgia Tormenta FC. It was the high-octane pressing of Eamon Zion's squad that got the job done, and Breck Evans netting the 2nd goal in the 82nd minute. Number 2 with his 2nd goal of the season, and it's ever so important. Arthur Rogers leaving the match late, but he got the game winner. The Englishman with his 1st goal of the season, usually a distributor, but that's what got the job done tonight. Northern Colorado takes it 2-0 over South Georgia Tormenta, but we've got plenty more in the books. On the other side, we'll have highlights of what went down in this fantastic match. Stay with us right here on ESPN+.
I'm on that real tick. I'm on that real tick.
back in Severance, Colorado, is that man Johan Peñaranda with his 3rd clean sheet of the season. In his 10th game, he secured the victory for Northern Colorado, 2-0, but we're gonna have to go all the way back. Let's break this one down and what happened, because in the first half, both sides had to trade a lot of chances going back and forth. Ultimately though, in the second half, Stefan Lukic did a fantastic job entering the match, and he really was dynamic. The left-footed Serbian player, really good in advanced forward positions, just wired that shot on Tahara. Jackson Dietrich with the play on in the latter stages of the second half, rather midway through it, and Jerry Dayu just couldn't get the second touch. 2 Tormenta defenders blocking that shot off. So it was still 0-0, and Dayu up to Norty. Norty! His shot just couldn't sink under the bar. Norty, a guy that head coach Jamin Zayed touted as someone who could step up. But then, finally someone did. 60th minute of play. Arthur Rogers, he finally tucks it in for Northern Colorado. But the night was not done yet. His first goal of the season, usually known for his 6 assists on the year, 2nd best in League One. But he's happy because it took him 20 games and he finally found the back of the net. So a 1-0 lead for Northern Colorado, but they weren't finished. Breck Evans, the unlikely candidate, celebrates in joy with a fantastic finish off the header. Northern Colorado in front of the home crowd, able to secure their first victory at Severance Stadium. With that, Northern Colorado in their previous run of matches before not necessarily getting a lot of those wins, had lots of shots, had a ton on target. The same is the case again. Tormenta with only 3 on target, and they couldn't get much going. It's super promising for Northern Colorado's side that has now taken points from 4 of their last 5 matches. Really strong play from both sides, but Northern Colorado is the best of the best in this one. They take the 2-0 lead and they get the offensive performances that they were finally wanting. It came from Arthur Rogers, it came from his first goal of the season, and then a center back on a corner kick. A fantastic run of play. Both sides trading action back and forth. It wasn't a free kick or a set piece that got the job done. It was this goal right here. Thanks so much for joining us. Jared Johnson on the call.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.